I don't know about you, Anthony, but one of my favorite parts about this job is meeting athletes and sharing their stories.
Oh, absolutely. Meeting Jill McSween as we were leading up to the blind hockey tournament was definitely a highlight for me.
Hockey's incredible, but I'm talking about a sport that was specifically designed for the blind and low vision community, and I got to meet one of their rising stars.
Oh, you must be talking about Goalball.
That's the one. No matter what the sport, though, I'm always impressed by athletes who are dedicated to their sport. It's a lifestyle, making all kinds of sacrifices to get to that top level. And that's no different for Brice Parker. I got to meet Brice before one of his goalball practices and also check out his tournament put on by the Ontario Blind Sport Association in Ottawa. At the Eastern Canadian Goalball Championship, Brice Parker hits the court with his Ottawa-based team.
There you go.
At 19 years old, Brice left his hometown and moved to Ottawa to develop his goalball skills.
This is where the Ontario senior team trains, so our coaches live here, some other players live here, and this is where I knew I had to come if I wanted to get any better or if I wanted to accomplish my dream.
When Brice first tried goalball at W. Ross Macdonald School for the Blind, it was not an instant fit.
It was just another sport that I kind of had going. It wasn't anything too interesting, but a couple, like maybe 2 years afterwards, something just kind of clicked in my mind and I started getting competitive into that, and that was my main sport from then on.
Played on an indoor court with 3 players per team, all wearing eye masks, the sport of goalball was designed specifically for the blind community.
It's a good feeling. It's really good, because all my life, when I was at like sighted schools, I went there and I played soccer and I played basketball and all that stuff, but I can't see the ball, so I'm not sure what to do. I can't really go anywhere, and I'm almost like bashing into people, so having this kind of sport helps because it shows everyone else our world of being blind or visually impaired, especially when you put those blindfolds on, everything's just pure black.
At a recent practice, I spoke with Rob Christie, Brice's coach, who is also the provincial director for Goalball in Ontario. Rob has seen Brice mature as a player.
I've known Brice for probably, even not just from a coaching perspective, I've seen him as he worked his way through the junior programs for about 5 years now, right? And so I've seen him sort of develop as he's grown and grown. He's moved to Ottawa this year, so I've had a really good chance to work with him, get my hands on him. Make him work, Tony. He's absolutely a piece of unmolded clay, really is the best way to describe it. He soaks up coaching like a sponge, right? He's very interested in learning.
Ontario Blind Sports Program Coordinator Kelly Lang predicts a strong future for Brice.
Brice is great as a person and a player. So Brice is young, he's so excited about growing the sport. He's a Quest for Gold athlete, which means he receives funding from the government to participate in his sport. You know that means he's at a really high level.
Brice is working hard to take his play to an even higher level.
Since about 2013, 2014, I've been aiming to go to the Paralympics in 2020, hopefully. Now I train like 6 to 7 days a week, and I train as hard as I can. I try powerlifting as much as I can. I try running as fast as I can, and I try doing whatever I can to be better in the sport.
As a 3-time provincial champion, Rob certainly thinks Brice has what it takes.
I don't want to see anything going in strong side, right? And then being quick to your short side. He's tough. And what separates good athletes or athletes with a future are the ones who aren't afraid to get hit, the ones who aren't afraid to put their face out in front of the ball. I think even beyond his willingness to move and to work hard, he possesses a grittiness and a certain element of no fear, right? Which I think is probably his greatest attribute.
Kelly agrees.
I really feel in the next few years, Paralympics are in his sights.
At the Eastern Canadian Goalball Championship, Brice and his team defended their title. And there's no time to rest, with Team Canada tryouts on the horizon.
There is a lot of pressure on it, and so you basically just got to give it your all. There's 3 different tests. Like they test you at 2 different tournaments, and then they take a whole weekend just to do drills with you to see how you react with the drills and everything. And they only take like the top 12 people out of whatever amount of athletes that are doing it. So you got to really be on the top of your game when you're doing it.
A big congratulations goes out to Brice and his team on their championship win. If you'd like to try Goalball, you can visit the website blindsports.on.ca. Now, if you don't live in Ontario, don't worry, you still have a chance to try it out. Visit canadianblindsports.ca for more information.